Good afternoon, everyone. This is Margaret, and I'm coming to you with a video. Now, this is a strange video because I don't know how to approach this. But I'm going to start by saying, we have to start praying a little harder, folks. All the prayer warriors start praying a little harder for these YouTube streets because we don't know what is going on. We don't know if it's the weather. We don't know if it's the atmosphere. We don't know if we are down on deficiency in sunshine and vitamins and we get irritable or what it is, folks. But I never expect this January was going to be turning out like that. I had made a video, part 1 and 2, talking about the challenges of January. But I didn't realize how really challenging it really is. Because there seem to be some leftover unsolved issues that came out from 2025, that was in 2025, and it seemed that it spilled over into 2026. No, folks, I don't understand it. Because I'm thinking, well, maybe the issues of 2025 had been solved or partly solved, and people had moved on. But it seems as if it's not so, folks. It's not so at all. There's so many little fires started, little bit of little wars started, and it turns out to be a big, 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 big thing because people are answering each other, and it seemed to be getting out of hand. You know, it's just ridiculous. And I'm sure that most of the adults on YouTube, they're over 18. So they have come of age and they should know what and what to say on YouTube if they're not sure of issues and events that took place and people have been accused of this and being accused of that. Just keep it quiet until they know for sure who the culprits are. It's not fair for each person to sit down and listen to hear their names called up on live shows and on videos when you have no idea what people are talking about. So as adults, I really believe that people should just be careful, see and blind, hear and deaf, and folks, it's not everything you have to answer to. Sometimes you hear this story and you listen, sit back, and watch and see where it's gonna go. Yeah, watch and see where it's gonna go. So, this is what's causing a lot of unnecessary wars and fires coming up. Every turn you turn around, little fires start in this corner and that corner and the other corner. And also the subscribers and the supporters. You have to be careful getting involved into stuff that you have no idea what's going on. You don't know the full story. It's hard to sometimes, that's why sometimes I watch videos and I don't comment. And people may think I'm not watching their videos. I'm watching. I'm watching the videos, folks, but I have sometimes some of the videos, I have no idea what they're talking about. I don't know how the story started. I don't know how it got into the middle, and I can't just jump into a video and comment like that. I am not that type of person. You see, folks, I'm born under the star, under the sign of the scale. And I try to balance out stuff. Even if I don't like the person, I'm not gonna tell lies on that person and join in with another person of talking things that I'm not sure is right or is true. I like to listen to both sides of the stories and I can form my own opinions and my own judgment as to whether the story sound right or whether it's true. And if I know for sure that it's not true, it don't matter if I support that content creator. I'm gonna come out and say no, 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 it's not so. It's not so because I know of a fact that this person did that or this person did this. I'm not gonna join in with the content creator, even though I support that person, to agree with the argument to say this person did that and that person did it. If I know that and I believe that this person has not done such and such, I will come out and say I won't agree with it. I will come out and I will say I don't agree. And another thing, folks, the best thing, we know that people are not perfect, so we don't have to put them on a high pedestal and expect that they're going to be perfect. People are people. And I kept saying to people that, Jesus had 12 disciples, and none of them were perfect. Not one of them were perfect. They were up and down with him, listening to the gospel, and he's teaching the other people at the rivers, at the seaside and all, on the byways and highways, and they were there. They were there, and yet they didn't learn that much. They didn't walk, many of them didn't walk after Jesus' examples. So what about us here on earth? None of us are perfect. And some that we said that, oh, the Christians this and the Christians that. Christian didn't go tell nobody that they are perfect. They are Christians and they're living the Christian life daily. And the Christian life is not something that is easy to live. It's a daily walk, daily practicing the principles of the gospel. It's a daily life. You get up today and it's another day to start and practice living as a Christian person. It's not an overnight thing. And a person can be in church for 10, 30, 25 years, or long years, and they still haven't learned a lot. Because just go and listen to the preacher. You have to study the word and practice it for yourselves. You see, so people think that because somebody say they're Christian, they're holier than thou. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And like somebody said that, I did a video the other day and somebody said, oh, because then you're committed now to Christ, then you should have known, you should have know to tell certain content creator not to do this and not to do that. And I said, look, go and look at my profile and my mission statement on my channel. I am not a professional counselor. I didn't come on YouTube to counsel anybody. All the people on YouTube are grown people. I shouldn't be the one to go tell them to do this and to do that. They're grown people. And who to say they're going to listen to me to say that they shouldn't do this and they shouldn't do that? They should know what in their heart, what they should do. They're grown people. I didn't come on social media to counsel anybody and to call out anybody. They are adults and they should know right from wrong. And I shouldn't be the one to be pointing out, because I say I'm a Christian person and I'm committed to the Christian life. That don't give me no privilege to go around and be judged. Appoint myself self-appointed judge. I'm no self-appointed judge on social media. My intention on social media is to come and share my life experience and whatever little bit people can take out of it and improve their situations, then that's great. That's what my purpose on social media is. So I just want to put it out there that people, because I say I go to church and I'm committed, I am no judge to come and judge people to say, well, I should tell them not to do this and not to do that. They should know what to do. And they should know what they're getting themselves in. So I'm not going to be getting involved and joining any wars and joining any fights, because I didn't come for that. I did not come on social media to join in any wars. People want to fight with one another, they go ahead and they fight. Not because I support their channel. I am going to join forces to fight with people and to create enemies. Who have their enemies, they're going to have to know how to deal with them. They're going to have to know how to deal with them. But I am not here on social media to join forces into any war. I'm a peaceful person. and I like to remain that way. I came on social media as a peaceful, quiet person, try to encourage people when they're going through their difficulties with these wars that are popping up here and popping up there. I give my encouragement. I usually give a word of scripture and just regular day-to-day encouragement. I'm not here to fight any war with anybody. I'm not here to join any war with anybody. I I'm not a soldier. I am not a soldier, and I don't want to join any war with people because I never like this fighting and this contention. This is why I keep to myself and I don't have a big crowd. I don't follow no big crowd. I came to Canada so many years and I have a couple of good friends. Not a crowd, not a whole bunch. Because you don't need a whole bunch of friends. You need, it's not quantity, it's quality. For what's the sense you're gonna have a whole bag of people running behind you and they are of no value? They are of no value. It's wasting of time and energy, you know? Wasting of time and energy to have a dozen people running behind you and none of them can advise you to say this is good and this is not good or whatever, you know? People have friends. Their friends should be able to say to them, you know, you're doing this and I don't think you should do that. But it seems on social media, it's not so. You try to support some people and you say anything to them and they get upset. All of a sudden, you become the enemy. I never see such thing in all my life. You join a YouTube supporter. You support a YouTube and you make a simple comment, and because it's not favorable to that content creator, all of a sudden you are the enemy. It doesn't make sense at all. It's just very foolish, because as we say, nobody is perfect, so we may be able to see something that the other person that is in that house cannot see. Well, we can stay into that window and we can look from a distance and we can see, oh, that table is crooked, or there's something behind there, because we can see far. And that person right there in the midst of that thing probably would never saw it. And then when you point it out now, they tell you it's not your business and you're messing into people's business. But if you are supporting that person and you're a subscriber, you're not an enemy. Whatever you're pointing out is to the benefit of that person. It's not to cause any harm. But I don't know what is going on, folks, on social media, that people are so sensitive and so set an edge that you can't say anything, that it become offensive. I just don't understand it, folks. I don't understand it. I believe in treating people fairly, and I believe in treating people how I would like them to treat me, you know? As the old saying go, do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. And it's not fair to one person for people to be making accusation without having any proof. You know, it's not right, folks. I don't call that content. I don't call that content. It's terrible that people have to do that, to say they're making content, you know, to to um to just come out and tell stories, you know. That's not right. There should be other things that can be put into a content and make it more pleasant than people to come out on lives and talking things that they should not be talking. And they forget that they're on live shows, and so many people are watching and hearing what they're saying. And once they go out and they talk, it cannot be returned. It's not like the song goes, a return to sender, you know, cannot be returned. It's out there and everybody hear it, and everybody is wondering, say, oh my God, this person did that and this person did that, and they believe everything they hear. So folks, it's not right. That's right to go and talk about things that you have no proof of, and be calling up people's name when you're not sure any story go like that. It's best that we can see and blind, hear and deaf, and we don't have to answer to everything. Moment we hear something, we run out and jumping up and excited to hear the bad talk about somebody else. And yet we don't know if it's true. So we have to be careful, folks, on social media. We have to be very cautious of what we hear and what we repeat. So it's best for us to just let it go through one ear and out the other, because we're not certain of what people are talking, if they're talking the truth. So, there's so many videos out there, folks. It's hard for you to just watch one video and to get the full story of what the history is, unless you're following these channels and know when what started. It's very hard to talk about it because you're not sure who started what, when, where, and how. So it's almost like you have to be your own self-investigator to go and investigate all of these stories that are coming out to figure out, well, oh, I think I believe that, or I think I don't believe that, or I didn't hear this, or I didn't hear that. You have to hear the whole story, folks. You have to hear the whole story, and nobody has time to sit and hear the whole story. As I said, as long as only if you have been following certain channels and you know when certain things start and you've been listening and listening. And some people don't listen. Some people only listen to what they think they want to hear, and they jump and gone and didn't hear the full story. And sometimes I hear people talking and I'm listening and say, well, that's not what I heard. They hear something totally different. And I'm saying, but I was watching that video and that's not what I heard. They twist things around, or they don't remember, or they deliberately just come out and say what they want people to hear, and that's not right. And they are repeating it too. I've watched so much videos where people cursing out other people, and they come back like angels, like they never said anything bad about that person, and they never did this, and they never did that, and they never da. And I'm telling you, I just shake my head. I could have gone out and make a video and say, and attack that person and say, no, you did this and you did that, and now you come showing like you're so perfect and you're so holier than thou, and you did this. No, I don't. I leave them alone. I leave them alone because time will tell. Time will tell. So I think people should to try and do that. Don't follow up people. Let them carry on and let them pretend that they're the best ones and they're the goody two shoes, and you leave them alone. Time will tell, because as the scripture says, we will reap what we sow. And sometimes we even reap more than what we sow. So we just leave some people to time and let them carry on. Because sometimes they think they're hurting you and they're hurting themselves. I don't know what is going on, folks. So this is my 2 cents worth that I come with. And I think I have a scripture in my thoughts. This morning I got up and the scripture, Psalm, the first Psalm that came to my thoughts. And I just keep thinking about it. And I'm saying, this is probably part of the problem is. And the scripture stated in Psalm 1, it said, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Because some of these people are really ungodly. They have no thought of God, that God is watching them to see what they're doing. Man may not see what you're doing, but God is watching. God is watching, and he sees everything. So it says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stand in the ways of sinners, nor sit in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he do meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Now I thought about this scripture, folks, and I'm thinking, well, some of the reasons why people are behaving like that is that they're too anxious to rush to their season. It's like they're pushing it because everybody has their season. I look at the video the other day there, I think it was just this morning or last night, where Vibrant, I don't know where she live, but wherever she live, my goodness, her gardens are so flourishing. If you turn around, she have how much pumpkins and hockey and all kind of stuff coming out from her garden. Just after Melissa disaster. And her garden is still producing all these fruits. And I'm saying, my gosh, boy, this lady, she's really reaping the harvest. And so some of us, we don't see nothing like that. We have to wait for our season. Everybody's season come at a different time. And we can't push it. But it seems to me like the content creators, some of them on the YouTube channel, is that they're pushing for their season. They cannot wait for their season to come. So this is why as soon as I hear something drop, somebody dropping some false accusation and false news, they jump with it and they run with it to make a content. You know? So we have to wait for our season, folks, because this is how we get ourselves in all kind of mixed up because we are pushing it. We are pushing it and not waiting for our season. Everybody has their season. My season is not your season. The other person is not your season. Everybody has their season. And just like all these fruits and veggies planted in so many fields, they're the same kind of fruits, and you'll be surprised that they would come at a different season. At a different season from when the man down the road, pumpkins coming in, and yet the man up the road planted the same thing, but his pumpkin are ready to come out yet. Maybe he planted it later than the other man down the road, but his pumpkin are ready to come out yet. Just not his season. And it's the same kind of fruit. Ackee, pumpkin, all kind of stuff that these farmers and gardeners plant. And yet the seasons arrive different time. So this is how life goes, folks. We have to just wait for our season and wait on the Lord, make the Lord bless us. And not pushing and rushing it. This is how we get ourselves in all kind of mix up and all kind of contention because we are too anxious to grab to some news that we don't even know that is true. You know? So we have to be very careful how we go about this YouTube streets, folks. And I just want to leave this with you, folks, that to be very cautious. Be very cautious, folks, and don't jump at everything you hear. Sometimes just let it go and watch how the wheel turning. Watch how the wheel turning, folks. Let it turn and let it turn and let it talk. And let it talk. Let it talk. And then when you feel it's time, you think you're not listening, then you will be able to confront that person and say, yeah, this is what you've said and blah, 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 blah. You know? So life is like that, folks. There's so many things going on that we don't have to pay attention to everything. You know, sometimes we reach to the end of a rope and we have to say, well, this is it. This is it. I've kept quiet for so long, so this is it now. But people, be considerate and treat others the way how you would like to be treated, you know? And stop scandalizing other people's name and talk everything. Not everything is, people have to come to social media and repeat and talk, you know? Just let it be between you two, you know? So this is what I am here to share, this little chat. I don't even know what I'm going to title it as, but I'll find a title pretty soon to put on this. So have a wonderful day, folks, and stay blessed. And you that are battling all these snowstorms coming in from all over the cold countries, I guess nobody missed it this time. Everybody got it. Toronto, Ottawa, Canada. Toronto is in Canada. Ottawa is in Canada. Brooklyn, New York. Oh my goodness, I've seen it all, folks. I don't even want to watch any more of it. Yeah, don't want to watch anymore, and I don't think I want to do any more snow video. I'm sick of it. So I'm just gonna stay put and watch the snow roll by and dressed warm and stay out of it. I'm not moving no snow. Won't be going out there to clean nothing. I've had enough of it. Have a wonderful day, folks, and stay blessed. And I'll catch you another time. Bye bye now.